I'll bet you didn't know that only a little over 1% of adults in the US struggled with OCD in the past year. I'll bet you didn't know that because OCD has become such a loosely thrown around term that everybody has OCD. Hey, I'm Bailey. I make videos all about my mental and physical health journey as well as lifestyle content. If you like videos like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so notified every time a new video gets posted. Now let's get into it. In today's video, we'll be diving into what OCD actually is, the different coping mechanisms that you can use to help you with your OCD, the lifestyle changes that will also help you with your OCD, as well as the most proven way to effectively overcome your OCD. First things first, what even is OCD? You're probably thinking, isn't that when you're afraid of germs and everything has to be neat and tidy all the time? Well, yes and no. See, those two obsessions play a very small role in the much larger picture of OCD. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, that's what the world has turned OCD into, a funny term to describe being a clean freak, essentially, when in reality, OCD is a very serious mental health condition. Obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD for short, features a pattern of unwanted thoughts and fears known as obsessions. These obsessions lead you to do repetitive behaviors, which are called compulsion. These obsessions and compulsions get in the way of daily activities and cause a lot of distress. With OCD, you feel driven to do compulsive acts to ease your stress. Even if you try to ignore or get rid of bothersome thoughts and urges, they always come back. This leads you to act based on ritual. This is the vicious cycle of OCD. So the cycle of OCD is obsession, distress, compulsion, and temporary relief. Now let's discuss the different coping mechanisms you can use to help you with your OCD. So technique number 1, we have mindfulness practices. Observe the thought, but don't judge the thought. You're a mindful observer. Allow its presence until it chooses to leave you versus you saying that that thought should or shouldn't be there. Okay, now let's get into technique number 2. That would be counseling and therapy. Counseling and therapy are both great ways to cope with OCD. It really helps to be able to talk to someone about your thoughts and fears without worrying about being judged for them. I personally still see a faith-based counselor and she helps me tremendously. Before I got on medication, counseling was one of the biggest things I noticed really helped me in my day-to-day with OCD. Technique number 3, addressing the fear head on. Sometimes when we force ourselves to be put into an uncomfortable situation, that makes the situation less and less uncomfortable for us. So as scary as that thought may be, sometimes exposure to the thing that you're scared of is the best way to overcome it. Because if you didn't know this already, avoidance is a compulsion and only helps your OCD grow. Next, we have technique number 4, binaural beats. This is music that sends different tones at different times and is very calming to your nervous system. There's also an app you can download that is specific to binaural beats. Next, we have technique number 5. So technique number 5 is breathing exercises. Breathing exercise is the 4-7-8 technique. So what you want to do is breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then exhale slowly for 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. And then start again. Now for technique number 6, regulate your nervous system in under 2 minutes. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to gently tug by your earring and pull. Tug and pull for 30 seconds. Then you want to move to the middle of your ear and start pulling and tugging for another 30 seconds. And then you want to come to the top of your ear and gently pull and tug for another 30 seconds. And then once you're done with that, you can end it with just a little ear massage in the back. So what this does is it stimulates your vagus nerve, which helps your body come out of fight or flight and go into rest and digest. There are many other techniques you can try to regulate your nervous system if this one doesn't appeal to you, but I highly recommend finding one that does work for you because this is a very important technique that helps with OCD and anxiety. And that's because your body cannot heal if it does not feel safe enough to do so. This means if you want to be healing mental health, OCD, anxiety, sleep, skin issues, your nervous system needs to be in a regulated state to accomplish this. Technique number 7 is praying. If you're religious, praying can be very helpful as well. It was to me. I was at a very low spot at the beginning of 2024, and I just prayed a lot to God to help me through this struggle. I always felt a little better after each prayer that I said to Him. Also, something else, listening to uplifting podcasts really helped me. So there's one specifically that I listen to a lot, Sadie Robertson's Whoa, That's Good. That is a very uplifting, good podcast you should listen to if you just are very down and need something to kind of help lift your spirits a little bit. That one will do it for sure. Okay, now that we've covered all the coping techniques that you can use, let's get into the lifestyle changes you can make that can also really help you with your OCD. First change you can make for your mental health, and that goes for all mental health disorders, not just OCD, is eating healthier. I know. I love pizza too, and it's definitely not an easy process, but it can help you so much. Did you know that 90% of serotonin comes from your gut? And 70% of your immune system resides in your gut? This is why what you eat has such a big impact on your mood, energy, literally everything. You don't have to cut out everything that's bad for you all at once. Make gradual changes. This makes forming a healthier eating habit a lot easier. So for instance, grab a water instead of a soda today. Small changes lead to big results. And if you don't believe me, read the book Atomic Habits. So my biggest tip with this is just take it day by day and don't get sucked into the all or nothing mentality. What you put in, you get out, and that goes for so many things, but also for food. So you should really be watching what you put in and on your body. Just pick up a pack of chips and read the ingredient list. Chances are, if you don't know what some of those ingredients are on that bag of chips, your body doesn't either. That makes a lot of sense, huh? There is a book that I highly recommend you read. It's called The Mind-Gut Connection, and it goes into so much greater detail on really the benefits of just changing your diet can have on your life as a whole. The second lifestyle change you can make to improve your health is to start exercising. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that exercising is easy, but man, oh man, is it worth it. So exercise is actually great for stress reduction, and it increases serotonin levels in your brain. Also, another benefit of exercising is that you're getting healthy, and when you start seeing results, you are going to feel so good, I promise. The next lifestyle change that you can make to improve your health is cutting out alcohol. Now, I know that you probably don't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that because I love a good fruity cocktail just as much as the next person, and I like to drink with friends. And I do still occasionally drink with friends, just not to the extent that I used to. And that's mainly because I noticed that on the days whenever I would drink, the next day was always a bad day for me, whether it was mentally or physically or both. And so I just started picking up, hey, like, alcohol really doesn't, it makes you feel good in the moment for 3 hours, but then the next day is torture. So to me, I would rather just not have a drink. So yes, alcohol is fun, but it doesn't help us when we're trying to heal our body and our mind. Now that we've covered what OCD actually is, the different coping techniques you can utilize to help you with your OCD, and the different lifestyle changes you can make, let's get into the most proven way to effectively overcome your OCD. So the most effective way to overcome your OCD is with exposure and response prevention therapy, or ERP for short. ERP is a cognitive behavioral therapy, and 85% of people who have completed this therapy saw between a 50 to 100% relief in their OCD symptoms, and that's without medication. With ERP, you are gradually exposed to situations or triggers that provoke your obsession in a safe environment. The key aspect of ERP is that it doesn't completely remove distressing thoughts and situations. Instead, it helps people manage their anxiety and resist the urge to perform compulsive rituals. The main goal with this therapy is to start reducing your rituals until you no longer feel compelled to do those rituals. Now, I have never personally done ERP therapy, but I have heard from a lot of people that it is very helpful. And the main reason I think that I haven't done ERP is because I'm in such a good place now with my medicine. And I'm content where I am at now. If I wanted to get off my medicine and I was worried about my compulsions coming back, then I would definitely look into ERP. But for now, I am content where I am at in my life. But if ERP sounds like something that could help you, definitely check it out. Do some research. Can't hurt. So I don't know if throughout this video you have noticed my shirt. It says, "Be kind to your mind." I actually ordered this shirt off of Etsy and I love it so much. This is not sponsored, but I am going to include the link to this shirt in my bio if you want to get it. And here is the back of it. It is so cute, y'all. I am a big advocate for mental health. And if you are too, go get you one of these. It's so soft and comfy too. Before we end today's video, I just want to tell you that whatever you are going through, healing is possible. You just have to keep going. I was right there with you 6 months ago thinking, how can I possibly do this for the rest of my life? I was literally at the lowest spot that I have ever been in my life, y'all. But I'm sitting here talking to you today much happier and healthier than I was 6 months ago. And a lot of it is because of these techniques that I have told you about today and my medication clomipramine. I actually posted a video last week all about my experiences on clomipramine. And if that interests you, I'll post it right up here. You can check that out. So I really hope that this video helped you in some way today. And if you liked it, please give this video a like. That would really help me out so much. Before I go, I just want to leave you with this quote that I absolutely love. "Refuse to act on an obsession and it will die of inaction." Bye guys, I'll see you next week in a new video.